Oh, has it started? My name is Tannur Erkin, and I am the resident of the village Mamay Batır, Ulan District, East Kazakhstan region. Today I am the winner of the social project Beginit by inDrive. A little about myself. I am 16 years old, born in 2008. There are 6 of us in the family, and I am the eldest one. Mom, dad, 2 younger brothers, and a little sister. I was raised by my grandmother. I lived with her until school age. And I loved my grandmother very much. If we talk about my interests, I love reading books. When I read, I often cannot read books on psychology and the like, so I read fiction, especially Kazakh literature as well as foreign literature. This place, when I was little, I considered this a secret place, because I didn't see other children here. It's a beautiful place, especially in autumn, when there are yellow leaves everywhere and sometimes nightingales sing. Very beautiful. In winter, the water freezes here and we go out on the ice, pick up fallen trees and break them. I don't know why we do this, but we like playing like that. Our village can be called wonderful. It is part of the Beginit rural district, Ulan district, and there are several other settlements nearby. There are also meadows and pastures nearby, and not from far of us flows the Beginit river, which flows into the Irtysh. The people in the village are very good, always helping if someone needs help. I love my village. I have lived here since birth and have never stopped loving it. If you look, each family has its own garden and arable land. In summer, people harvest hay and everyone keeps livestock. We have 2 herds, horses and cows, as well as sheep, goats and cattle. Many work in the city, driving city workers and earning from it. Everything in our village is wonderful and I like everything. I have no complaints. But there is one small problem. When it rains or the wind blows hard, sometimes they turn off the electricity. If there is no electricity, water and the internet are also cut off. This happens, and then we spend time with our loved ones, which of course is fun, but there are some inconveniences. I hope that soon this issue will be resolved or that the CFT school project will help repair the road. If I manage to really develop this project and make the road repair happen, it will be a big help for me. I want to help people because the lack of roads has been a problem for many years in our village, especially in autumn and spring, when there is ice or when my younger brothers ride their bicycles, fall into potholes, fall and scrape their knees. I am very worried about that. My heart breaks into little pieces and it pains me to watch this. Салтанат Азатханқызы first told us about the Beginit project at the beginning of the school year and wrote on WhatsApp. I was in the village at the time. She said, if you want to participate, take a look. I usually try to participate in all the competitions, so we submitted the application. I went to the site, it was very beautiful design. In addition, I thought that this was not a social leadership project, but more likely an IT project, since as far as I understood, it was organized by an IT hub in Uсть-Каменогорск. Of course, there were questions about social leadership, but I wrote down the thoughts that came to my mind without hesitation. Nevertheless, this is how I first encountered this. In general, in the early stages of getting to know the project, I liked it, especially when Irsain Aga and Irina Trapinovna came to Ust-Kamenogorsk during the selection stage and presented the project. This is one of the most unforgettable and wonderful moments. It was at that moment that I was able to understand what exactly the Beginit project aims to achieve. I started participating in the Beginit project even before the trip to Almaty. My parents didn't know about this. Then, after the Nowruz holidays, the list of participants going to Almaty came, and I was selected. I learned about this in the boarding school. I thought I could beautifully explain and talk about it when I got home. But when I came home, my mom asked me if I was planning to go to the project. I replied, yes, I am. Why? She said that she was added to group on WhatsApp and they started writing in Russian, something incomprehensible. She thought it was about the store products and left. As a result, someone began to ask if her daughter was planning to participate in the competition. Then there were moments when I told my mom why she left the chat. I was going to go. Honestly, if my mom had really left the chat at that moment, maybe I wouldn't have been able to participate in Beginit. So I decided that from now on I would tell my mom when I participate in competitions, because I think such a situation should not happen again. In general, children from several regions of Kazakhstan, especially from villages, were able to join the project. In addition, students from the Erkin school also participated. The project consists of several stages. As far as I know, more than 800 children applied at the first stage. From them, selections were made, and in the end, about 200 children remained. We all participated together in online events that lasted several months. It was training under the program Social Leadership, a new learning model called Beginit by inDrive for social justice. At this stage, we had specific deadlines, video lessons, materials, presentations, and additional meetings, and we dedicated several months to training. Then, at the implementation stage, we proposed our social project. I presented my idea, which was among the top 10, and defended it before social leaders and the jury in an online format. As a result, 54 out of more than 200 children managed to advance to the next stage. The next stage is a meeting in Almaty. I learned a great deal through participating in this project because it allowed me to explore areas I had never previously encountered. First and foremost, and perhaps most importantly, as I have already mentioned, I gained valuable social leadership skills. I discovered what qualities and knowledge are essential for a leader, what areas I personally need to develop, and how to effectively manage teamwork, particularly during the research process. This included understanding how to collaborate with a team, determine the starting point for a project, and maintain progress throughout the research journey. We covered this aspect during the Beginit project in the Leadership for Social Justice section, where I was introduced to the basics of conducting research. Later, at the meetings in Almaty, I had the chance to put this knowledge into practice. These meetings helped me to see how leadership and teamwork come together in a real-world setting, giving me a deeper understanding of how to apply what I learned.
Sonda zamanlarda ayttık, balalar o'qib Sonda bilmeydi ekansan, balalarni qo'yib berib ana joqdan. Ay, tastın qasdi shunga o'tib ekan.
Ne oldu aslında? Portalın kastı?
Tastın qasdida. Terek.
Mana qo'ldani yermanday. Yermanga jetdi.
Ne yer yaxshi endi. Qarqara yaqin. Ana yer. Tez ko'pchilikda tastın qasdi. Terek.
Mama.
I live in the village of Mamay Batır. My name is Erkin. I'm Tannur's father. We have lived here since November 2006. Since then, we have been living here, in the village. We keep a little livestock, and we prepare winter feed here. For several years there was a drought, and the grass did not grow. This year, thank God, the grass grows well, and the weather is rainy. Today we have 4 children, 2 sons and 2 daughters. The eldest is Tannur, currently studying in the 11th grade. You also know her. She is currently in your project and studies well. The second is Erkin, studying in the 10th grade. Yes, he is passionate about playing Togiskumalak and is the champion of Asia. The third is Yelaman, currently studying in the 2nd grade. He does not study very well and is into sports. The fourth is Balnor. She is little, currently in kindergarten. The eldest, Tannur, studies well, gets top grades, participates in various projects and wins awards. This year, she received the title of the best student of East Kazakhstan region. She was awarded a first-degree medal by Kosherbayev himself. Thank God, we hope that she will not stop there and will continue to achieve new heights. The advantage of inDrive is that you go to work and can give someone a ride along the way, which is beneficial for both you and them. Sometimes when money is needed or when we have nothing to do, we can drive around the area. This becomes not only a business, but also a job for oneself. There are places in the city called Sugra, Akmer. In spring, you don't want to go there because the roads are bad, there is a lot of snow and then traffic jams occur. And the road to Kishti is good. There are fewer traffic jams there, so you look for the best routes. So, do you know where to go? Yes, I know. Speaking of the city, for example, in large markets, there are traffic jams in the evening and morning. You don't drive there, and you go towards the village. At this time, traffic is faster, and it is more profitable to go towards the village. This is how you choose. As for inDrive, people from the village don't travel to the city often, but sometimes there are customers. In summer, many people go on vacation to Sibini. We work a lot with them. It's convenient with inDrive because you can travel anytime you want. So, in the summer, when tourists especially rest a lot, we work a lot with them, transporting people. Assalamu alaikum, dear project leaders and organizers, participants and parents. Good afternoon. Glad to see you. When I found out about the project, I came to the final in Astana. And when Tannur won, I was immensely happy. Our hearts were rejoicing. We sat there, and joy overwhelmed us. We shared our happiness, talking about Tannur's achievement. We shared our happiness, talking about Tannur's achievement. She had just returned from Asia, studied English. In turn, these are her labor achievements, thanks to you. I hope she will achieve even greater success and victories. We look forward to the future with hope. May fate protect her, and we hope that she will not stray from this path. I imagine how they all grow up and create their own families. But I still dream of having my parents and grandmother close.
In general, thanks to Beginit project, I was able to discover a lot for the first time. This was my first experience. The most memorable was the selection stage. We at our school, among the 10th classes, submitted application from 10 students. 5 from us, our class. When we found out the results, we all opened our email together, were excited and sat in anticipation. Open it, and someone said that at the bottom it says you passed or you did not pass. We all slowly opened it and most of us passed. Then we were very happy, shouted with joy and began to jump with joy. And the supervisor scolded us because it was heard by children who were downstairs. And when I flew to Almaty, it was my first time flying on an airplane. My friends were next to me. At first, it was a little exciting. It was memorable when we sit in the plane, fastened our seatbelts, and they told us that we were about to take off. We started shaking a lot, and when the plane took off, I sat with a straight back and saw the pressure change. We learned this in geography lessons, where they said that the pressure changes at 100 meters and the temperature also changes. But when you feel it yourself, it's completely different. We broke the rules at night. Sorry, Ainur Apai. We went to the fourth floor to other children and gave them gifts. It was very interesting. Then, when I won, I don't know how to describe my feelings. Friends said, "Oh, Tannur, you're great, you will most likely win." I didn't pay attention to it because I often thought that everything that happens is by God's will. I don't think in advance that I will win. Me and my dad was invited to Astana, and I thought that maybe I would take the third place. And when they called my name and said Tannur Erkin kızı, I didn't know whether to laugh or cry. I remembered my friends, how much time we spent working on the project. And in the end, I wondered if I had achieved my goals. Then Arsen Tomsky handed out the prizes. He is like an idol for us because he works with inDrive. I was very happy when I saw how Aydar was very happy. When you see how people rejoice, you start to rejoice yourself. You want to cry, but you can't because it's a joyful moment. Then the grand winner came out. Balolsa and my friends received a grant, they started crying, and of course I also cried. It was very fun. The main camp began in early August, and we spent the first week in Kuala Lumpur, the capital of Malaysia. We stayed in a hotel called Hyatt Place, and at first it may be difficult for Kazakhs, because the food here is of course slightly different from what we are used to, and I found it strange. I never thought I would crave a bread. That is, finding a bread was a bit difficult, and every day we had rice and chicken, morning, afternoon and evening. It was hard for me. But if we talk about other things, aside from the food in the camp, everything else was excellent. That is, the people, especially the participants and students, they are very diverse and fun. Spending time with them, it is impossible to be bored. If you are with them, something interesting is sure to happen. What are your goals and dreams in life?
Now my goal is to raise children, to see the joy of these children, to see their achievements. Then there is no greater happiness and joy.
This project really has a big impact, especially among young people. Not only among school children, and if such social project receives support from adults, then this project will become relevant. It will also have a big impact on the development of children as individuals. Social projects solve social problems. In addition, they help children work on themselves, and their influence can benefit many people. That is, if there are more such projects, as I already mentioned, it will bring enormous benefits. And I sincerely hope that there will be more such projects. As for the future, as I see myself, honestly, I never thought about it before. But in the future, when I set this question for myself, the first thing that came to my mind, I don't know why, maybe it's the project's influence. I imagine myself as a person who works together with a team to solve some problem. In childhood, I had many dreams. I wanted to be the most beautiful girl in the world. It was very interesting. In addition, one of my strongest dreams, which I still dream about, is to reach a star. This, of course, is impossible in reality, but this thought still exists in my head. And now, my biggest dream is to fulfill my parents' expectations and take my grandmother, who raised me, to Mecca, as well as my mom and dad. Also, my current dream is to pass the UNT, Unified National Testing. I want to score as high as possible, maybe not 130, but still gain a higher score and study at university in Almaty. And another dream of mine is that my loved ones, my parents, are close. I want them to be healthy, smiling and happy. I think this is my current dream because of the Beginit project, contributed to many of my dreams. It helped me, for example, to go abroad. And now I am abroad. It helped me visit Almaty, which I also dream about. I can confidently say that thanks to this project, I am 100% sure that dreams come true. And to make these dreams a reality, the main thing is to be able to work. I would like to continue communicating with my friends, especially those who we call monkeys. A playful name for my friends. We, Amina, Inkar, Arutai, Janumano, and Saltok have been together since the 7th grade. And we see our future together. I would like to say to myself, if you ever see this in the future, don't lose your friends. And think of my family too. I imagine how they all grow up and create their own families, but still dream of having my parents and grandmother close. I have been working on the project for a year, and during this time, I have seen a lot of new things, experienced new emotions, and gained new experience. There were also difficulties, of course, but even in difficult times, a strong community supported me. I want to thank everyone who helped me along this path, including inDrive. That's it.